In this video, we're going to explore the tape measure tool. So that tool is right here. It looks like a little tape measure. There is a shortcut key, keyboard key, to enable this tool without having to click on it. So if I just were to press the T for tape measure, you can see the tape measure tool becomes enabled. When this tool is enabled, you're allowed, or it lets you add tape measures to the scene and edit any existing tape measures that are in the scene. So now that this tool is enabled, I'll move my mouse over the scene, and you'll see in my scene I've got a couple things set up in here. I've got a couple awls set into the floor already, and I've got two lines chalked onto the subfloor as well. So when the tape measure tool is enabled, as I bring my mouse close to something that we can hook the hook onto, so here we're going to hold the hook on the line, you'll see that a little ghost tape measure shows up. This ghost tape measure will show you what you can pull a new tape measure off of. So as I get close to the line, you can see we can pull a tape off of the line. We can also get close to an awl. So as I get close to the awl with my mouse, it'll that little ghost tape measure will show up. That little preview tape measure will show up and show you that. We can also get close to the edge of the subfloor. So if I get over here or up here, you can see that little ghost tape measure shows up. Finally, we can pull off of an intersection between two strings, two chalked lines. So you can see right here, we can pull off of this intersection. So once I have the ghost tape measure showing up, what I do is I'll get my mouse close to this awl. I'm going to press and drag. So I press and I drag out this tape measure. And you can see now we've added a tape measure to the scene. This tape measure has two little, we call them handles. They're little buttons that allow you to adjust both the body of the tape measure up here and the hook of the tape measure down here. Now these handles will go away. They only show up if the tape measure tool is enabled. So if I come up here and I go to the orbit tool, you'll notice that I can no longer edit this tape. So those buttons go away. But as soon as I turn on the tape measure button, those handles show back up. You can add as many tape measures as you want to the scene. So we can come in here and we can pull tapes off of here. We can pull tapes off of here. And what's cool is when two tapes cross each other, you'll get the dimensions of where these two tapes cross each other. This helps if you want to do like a 3-4-5 rule to try to get a nice 90-degree corner, stuff like that. But what you can see is you can quickly see, without having to zoom in and look at the tapes, because it's kind of hard to see it when you do that, you'll see that, okay, if you were to zoom in and look at these tapes, this tape up here is crossing this tape at 79 13/16, and this tape is crossing that tape at 39 1/4. All right, I am going to delete a few of these tapes because there's too many. So to delete a tape, what you do is you just turn on the delete key, and you just click on them and delete them. So we're going to delete all these tapes. I should note that deleting the tape is an redoable action. So I just went and I deleted all those tapes, and I might have thought, ooh, I don't want to delete that last tape. So I can undo that by clicking the undo tape. All right, let's get back to the tape measures. Once you've got a tape measure added to the scene, you can drag around the hook and the body. And the only difference is the way they snap. So the hooks and the bodies snap slightly differently than each other. So if I drag the hook, so I'm going to zoom in real close, you can see this is the hook side of the tape measure. If I drag the hook around, you'll see that it'll snap to the edge of the subfloor. So you can snap it to the edge. You'll see that if I get close to an awl, it'll snap to that awl, like that. If I get close to a line over here, it will snap to the closest point on that line. And finally, if I get close to an intersection between two chalked lines, it will snap to that intersection right there. So it will snap to that intersection. The body is kind of similar in that you can drag it around, but its snapping mechanism is slightly different. So let me show you, let's look at this awl right here. So what you'll see is we've got this awl stuck in the floor right here. Now, as I drag this tape measure, if I'm before the awl, if I haven't passed the awl yet, if the tape hasn't gone past the awl, then no snapping occurs. We're just freely moving. But if I move that tape measure past the awl, whoops, didn't mean to do that. If I move that tape measure past the awl, what you'll notice is as I get close to it, it'll snap and align with the awl and give me a nice straight line. It's kind of like in the real world. If you had this hook on the edge or something, or somebody was holding it, you could bump that tape measure up against an awl and pull it out nice and straight and get a nice straight line off of that awl. The body will also snap. Let me go ahead and attach the hook to this chalk line right here, this chalk line. And now what you'll see is as I bring the body of the tape measure close to that chalk line, it will align itself with that, and I can pull off a tape nicely aligned with that chalked line. I think that's about it.